All right, it's live.
I don't know. I
Welcome,
wasn't
guys, to
laughing
another
at that.
amazing. Shut up, Killa. Let me get the goddamn introduction out. Goddamn. What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the amazing show, the Goats and Goose Show. Where we have our host with you. The main event, the best of the best, creme de la creme, cream of the crop, Mr. Pharaoh Aladdin, and myself. Then next to me, we have the great and dazzling billionaire Pob, MALKY Pizzle.
What up with the gang?
Shizzle. Then we got the engineer of the group, Mr. RUGA Rod. Hit him like a broad. Then, last but not least, we have the the one that's head of the one that's head of sorry, the one that's head of the line. Killer K. And for all my folks that don't know what I'm talking about, Killer just came up. They even know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, guys, let's get this show on the road. All right, we're good. Take it away.
All right. What's up, everybody? First, I just wanted to start off by talking about the NBA because the play-in's pretty much done. We know who's gonna win. I think the Clippers and Pelicans are still playing right now, but I think that's the one team. Like everybody knows they're playing the Suns, so whoever wins that is probably gonna get demolished. I think they're gonna have the biggest underdog odds of the fucking playoffs. So if you think they got a chance, go ahead bet on them. Probably $100 will probably win you like 20K to win a series. So
Well, it's probably not
that'd
gonna
be a
win
big
that
best.
much, but
$100 for them to win a series?
the series, yeah, he's not gonna get 20K. Those odds are insane.
Are you sure? 20-1? You
Yeah.
don't think 20-1?
$100,
Are you
20
telling
to
me?
1. Oh, is it
I
20?
mean,
To win a
200 to
series?
1. Yeah.
Oh, 200 to 1. I don't think it's 200 to 1. Maybe to win the whole championship.
We can check that.
Yeah.
If not, if you're gonna get
Okay.
10K out of it. 10-1 sounds pretty
Well, yeah,
reasonable.
I get what you're saying. You're basically saying that, they're big underdogs.
Yeah.
I don't think neither team beats the Suns. The Suns probably, I picked them or the Bucks to win it all, or maybe
Yeah,
Golden
Paul
State.
George
I mean,
injured
it's a
too.
lot of
So
there's a lot of teams that may can steal the game.
but
Miami Heat has been playing
the
really
three
good.
teams that already been pushed through the matchups, I just want to get you guys' opinion on this. First, we got probably the one that everybody thinks has the best chance, the Hawks versus Heat. How do y'all see that series going? I'll start off with you, Malky, and then work the way to Prince to Killer.
I think the Heat defense is going to simply be too much. I think they're going to close out on the perimeter. I just think they're going to dominate the series. I'm going 4 games to 1.
Not to mention that I think Clint Capella got hurt. So how do you feel about it, Killer? Come on, Prince. Bro.
Yeah, same. I got Miami 4-1. I think Clint Capella is coming back though. He just hyperextended his knee tonight. That's
That's cool. 4-1. That's a good prediction. I think I'm going with the Hawks, man. Even though the Heat should, I guess I agree with Killer. I can see 4-1. I can see the Heat's kind of beating them pretty handily, but I'm gonna go with the Hawks.
How many games?
I think the Hawks can squeeze out 2 games, but more than likely it will probably be 4-1.
Are you saying? Hold on. Are
What-
you
So
saying
what
you want the
they
Hawks
so
to win the
said-
series,
Oh, yeah.
or what are you talking about?
what
No,
did
I
you
think
say?
the Hawks can win the series.
He
Yeah.
said I got the Hawks.
But how many games is 7 games in a series? You got to win 4 games to advance. So 2 games
I
ain't
know.
gonna cut it.
Man, I don't give a man. All right, bro. Next question. I think I'm picking the Heat, but I would probably lay some dough on the Hawks.
Yeah, it was
Why
kind
you
of crazy
laughing?
Okay.
because you said You said that you picked the Hawks to win the series, and then said the Heat most likely win the series 4-1.
So I think I think he's trying to say he'll put some money on the Hawks to win. If they don't win, he
Oh,
ain't gonna.
okay, because he made this unique.
You know what I was
He
trying
said
to
he
say because I
basically
made that
saying the
very
Hawks
clear.
gonna squeeze in 2 games, but they're gonna lose.
Okay, so they're
Me
gonna put up a
personally,
fight.
yeah, me personally, I think kind of like what Prince said. I'm going the Heat win the series though for sure, four
Yeah,
two,
yeah.
because we
But I
all
do
know the
Okay,
think
Heat.
Trey Young
Oh
has epic games. Like he's gonna have like 2 epic games where he scores like 50 something and 60
Just
something.
understand that Kyle Lowry is guarding him.
No, I don't give a fuck.
So
Kyle Lowry fat ass ain't about to do
not
shit.
only that, I think like this is probably the best matchup for Jimmy Butler because we know Jimmy Butler's not a good 3-point shooter, and Hawks pretty trash at protecting the rim, especially with Clint Capella going. So I'm a
yeah, Jimmy Bucket is a bucket.
Oh my
so
god.
next series pretty much everybody's going with the Nets, but the Nets versus Celtics. Me personally, we seen them play
Celtics.
last year, and the Nets beat them. I know the Celtics won the season series, but I feel like with the Nets constantly changing lineups and having multiple injuries, people coming in and out of rotation. Now they got their 2 primary scores, and like they're set in stone. It's no more 3-man shit. I've always felt that was like overrated. But I'm gonna go with the Nets beat them 4-1 because Jason Tatum is
Mm.
extremely. He holds that ball too long. When it hits the playoffs, everything slows down. He's gonna be chucking. So Nets
4-1.
4-1.
Oh wow.
So how do you
I
think?
Wow.
What do you think about that, Prince?
yeah. I would say that you
Mm.
said wait, you said the Celtics 4-1, right? Not the
No, the
Nets.
Nets beating the Celtics 4-1.
Oh, you got the Nets 4-1. Yeah,
Mm.
I disagree. I personally picked the I picked the Celtics. I think it's gonna be it's gonna be like 4-3. I can see it being like 4-3. Um, I do think it's gonna be a very close series though. Like it's gonna be like one team win one day, the next team wins another, the next thing. You know what I mean? So it's yeah, I got the Celtics though. But if the Brooklyn does win, it's not 4-1. It's that series is gonna be
They
a
beat
three
them
two
4-1
series.
last year.
I mean, whatever the shit, not a 4-3-2, 4-3 series.
All
Mm.
right, what do you think about that, Malky? You seem pretty excited.
Uh, I fell under the tutelage of Udoka's teachings. The Celtics is going to win 4-2. I think defensively, I think they're gonna have better adjustments than last year. It's similar team. I just think the defensive spirit they in is gonna be too much. Nets offense is elite. Their defense is severely trash. I think Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum will arrive, but Kyrie is a bucket, so he's gonna have some historic games alongside the Durant. Celtics 1-6.
So 4-2. All right, Killer, shine on man.
yeah, I got the Celtics in 7. I think this is actually going to be an epic series because I think this is going to be a personal battle for Kyrie because he's playing against the team that everybody said he couldn't lead and he made worse. But
Oh
at
yeah,
the
that's a
same
good
time,
point.
I've got I think Robert Williams is actually coming back. And so, from a defensive standpoint, yeah, the Celtics are going to be pretty solid. But Kyrie and KD are going to get theirs. I just don't think they're going to be enough to beat the Celtics because they're like the hottest team in the league right now, arguably.
Facts.
All right, and last but not least, the boys Pat Beverly down there won the championship. Uh, beat the Clippers, undermanned Clippers team, but for some reason he was hyped about it. And I
I mean,
think this is
it was
the
the way
team
to
that
get them.
got the best chance of upsetting somebody because of the matchup. They're going against the Grizzlies. So I'm gonna start off with you, Prince, on this one. How do you see the Timberwolves versus Grizzlies going? Who do you think wins? How do you think it turns out?
I think the Wolves are live dogs here. Like they definitely can win this series. Now everybody would think John Morant he's gonna come back. I personally would pick the Grizzlies. I can see that being a hmm, I can see that being like a 4-2 type of a 4-2 type of series, or even a 3-4. Like I think
A
that's
four
neck and
three.
neck too. Yeah, 4-3. Um, I can see that being like a neck and neck. I would probably go with the Memphis Grizzlies though, but I do like the Wolves. The Wolves got some pieces too. They got Karl
All
Anthony
right.
Towns. They got D'Angelo
Yeah,
Russell.
me
Anthony Edwards.
personally, I think with the playoffs, everything's slowing down, and the Wolves are pretty good at playing at the fast tempo. So, but you got Patrick Beverly out there. The Wolves probably going to play a little bit better defense than they ever played. High
But Patrick
energy.
ain't gonna be able to stop Ja. You think so?
He's probably going to be guarding someone like Desmond Bain or
Oh.
Dylan Brooks. They're probably going to have just let Ja go crazy and just guard the other two dudes, which probably is best to happen. And then they'll switch around, change the matchups. They got people they could put on Ja, bigger people,
Mm.
because they what they don't want Patrick Beverly doing is fouling out early because he's the energy of the team. So they'll probably switch him around, keep him on other people, be a pest because I think Dylan Brooks is easy to like get in his head or like kind of rough him up and rile his feathers a little. Like I've seen him when he starts arguing with the ref, he's looking for calls. It's kind of easier to get to him other than like John Morant because John Morant gets hit a lot. He's used to getting hit and everything. So I'm a,
Mm.
uh I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna go with the Timberwolves to win the series. I think it's gonna be 6 games. I just think that
See,
they got better pieces than the Grizzlies as a whole. They got defenders. They got D'Angelo Russell, who has playoff experience. I know Carnthien Towns when he did play in the playoffs, he got destroyed by Clint Capella. Come on, Prince, what are you doing? But like I said, I I seen Steven Adams when he played on the Thunder against the fucking Rockets. He was terrible. Uh, so I'm gonna just go with Carl Anthony Towns. He's gonna space the floor, and then when they sub out Steven Adams, he's gonna take advantage of the low post. And I'm gonna go with the Timberwolves in 6 or 7. And yeah. Also, I wanted to speak on like award winners this year, but I'm gonna let you guys finish this off. So, Killa, how do you think the Grizzlies versus Timberwolves go?
I'm gonna take the Wolves in 6 only because I don't see the Wolves going to Memphis and winning the game 7. I think with the combination of John Morant being rusty and Patrick Beverly's defense, I think he's not going to shut him down, but I do think he will slow John Morant down enough. I think Carl Anthony Towns exploits Steven Adams, and yeah, it'll be a good series. But yeah, I think the Wolves will win in 6.
All right, what about you, Malky?
I think the Grizzlies actually will dominate this series. I think Anthony Edwards' lack of offense in terms of from the outside, I don't think is really there. Most of his work was in the inside. I think the Grizzlies defensively is one of the better teams. Now, while I do think if any upset was to happen, it would be this because we're not accustomed to the Grizzlies per se doing amazing in the playoffs. But ultimately, I think Steven Adams is going to make Carl Anthony work for a lot of shots, even if he wins the matchup. I think the Grizzlies win this series 4-2 or 4-1.
All right, all right, all right. So, I want to go over who do you guys pick as award winners this year. So, number one award, I'm gonna go with Defensive Player of the Year. Me personally, I'm gonna go with Matisse Thybulle for the Sixers. I think he led all guards in blocks this year, and he was averaging like 2 point something steals a game. So
Oh,
that's
you
my
tripping?
personal pick.
It's Giannis.
Okay.
It's Giannis.
Well, what do
I
you
got
think
Giannis.
about Malky? Who do you got for Defensive Player of the Year?
Oh,
Jaron,
Clint Capella. Oh, Rudy
Jaron,
Gobert. What the fuck?
Jaron Jackson or Michael Bridges.
Jaren Jackson or Mikael Bridges? All right. So
Yeah,
Prince, which one you really picking? Because you just named 4 different names.
Um, I don't know. I guess Giannis. But those other guys I named was really good defensively. I won't probably give it to Rudy Gobert only because he's been gone half the season. But I mean, when it comes to Giannis and the other dude, Clint Capella, I mean, well, Clint Capella honestly not even defensive. It's just his rebounding. So yeah, I give it to Giannis.
All right, what about you, Killer?
This year I would go with either Mikal Bridges or Thibault from the Sixers.
Yeah, I thought Thibault. I think Thibault was like a runaway favorite. That's why I picked him because
And this is a
most
different
guards
subject,
don't.
but I think he's the reason why I think the Sixers are going to struggle with Toronto with him not being able to go out there to Canada. But yeah,
Yeah,
that's another subject
I was
for
gonna
another
say
day.
Wait,
that
what do you
too.
mean he can't go to Saturday?
He doesn't
No,
have the
he
vaccine.
can't go to Toronto because he's not fully vaccinated, so he won't be able to play in those games.
Oh man, ain't nobody care. He gonna make one
Yeah,
three.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal
yeah,
because
that's a big deal. Yeah, because you looking at it from an offensive standpoint, but he's their
he's
perimeter defense.
he's what
Yeah.
people think Patrick Beverly really is. So that to me is like that's a big deal. And
Uh,
so we got that. Who do you guys have as the sixth man of the year this year? Go ahead, Killer.
Ooh, that's a good one. Hold on, come back to me on that one. I got to think about that one.
Okay, go ahead, Malky.
Gary Trent technically a six man, right?
no, he's a starter.
No,
He's a
he's a
rep.
starter.
Uh, shoot.
Bonagadich is a six man.
So I'm
He's a
not.
six man.
Jordan Clarkson start now.
No.
Nah, he's six man.
I would put him on the six man. What about he's base start?
I don't know the entire criteria. I don't know if you can't play over what half the season to be six man. I gotta look this up real quick because I have an idea in mind. But go ahead, Prince. Who do you think?
I honestly, I just get me because I can care less.
I ain't gonna lie. I think I would go with Tyler Hero. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about
Uh,
That's what I was gonna say.
it. Yeah, yeah. I had to think about that one.
Because they're the
now
number
you
one
have to
seed in the
Google it.
East. It was some times where he actually started, so that's who I was gonna pick.
Yeah,
And then I was gonna say
find out. Killer
probably
Google.
But hold on,
Mikal
how do you
Bridges,
Google
but Mikal Bridges did start like 50 games this year. That's why I didn't like.
it? But see, you could go with him too.
All right, so what
But
we
he
doing with
started.
what else we doing, Ruger? With the, you got any more basketball questions?
Who do you guys got as MVP?
Oh,
Oh,
Embiid,
my, ooh.
Embiid.
And is it that nah? Cause you got
Either
Jokic
it's got to be either Embiid or Joker, but I would give it to Embiid
and
because
Giannis. Fuck you mean and Luca?
Because
no, it's not Giannis
It
this year,
can't be
bro.
Giannis. It can't be Giannis for Luka.
What do you mean it can't be
me,
Giannis or Devin
me,
Booker?
No,
Can't
I got Jokic for MVP this year. So
yeah, it's definitely
I
out of
said
Joker and
it's
Embiid.
between Joker and Embiid. I'm giving it to Embiid. If LeBron won the MVP basically
Turn your
over
mic up, Mikey.
nine,
Yeah, just very low, champ.
everybody thought LeBron should have got MVP basically the year he
Perfect.
ended up beating the Clippers. Obviously he didn't win it. But because everybody thought he should have won, I'm just going to limb and say, especially if he killed the whole season. But this last half, like the last 15 games, he went insane. I'm gonna give the edge to him, Joker number two.
all right. So he's going with Embiid. Killer, you're going with Embiid, and I'm going
I'm
with
going with
Jokic.
Giannis.
So Prince, you're going with
I'm
Giannis.
going with Giannis or Luca.
Okay. You got Luca. I wouldn't dare go with Luca, but all hail to you. And then most
Yeah, all
improved
hell to
player.
me.
This is a big one right here. Who's the most
Oh
improved
yeah,
player
that's a good
this
one.
year?
Most improved.
I got Jordan Poole.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think that was a
Ooh,
fan
yeah.
favorite right there.
Putting Poole probably unanimous. Actually,
I ain't gonna lie. If
No,
Jordan
no,
Poole
he's
don't
not
win that,
unanimous.
I would say it's pretty unanimous.
Jordan Poole, Jordan Clarkson.
I would put Tyler
Nah, Jordan
Hellenberg.
Clarkson almost won 6 men last year.
What about Hellenberg?
that's a good one too.
What
But I
about
over
I say
Halliburton, Tyrese
SGA.
Halliburton.
Yeah, I
yes,
say SGA. SGA, most improved player.
No, hell no, because he was
that's
Yeah.
already that
No, he
dude.
was already done.
No,
that's
no, he
true.
wasn't already. He's better. He's better than he was last year.
No, he wasn't, champ.
Yes, he was.
What about Tyrese Maxey?
Oh, but he just ain't this his rookie season?
Nah, he been on that team last year.
Oh yeah, no, he's an improved player too. Yeah, that's a good one, Ruger.
And then Desmond Bain from the Grizzlies.
No, he's garbage. He's trash.
And I heard people was talking about Miles Bridges, but I think Miles Bridges was
He's
doing
pretty
pretty
good.
good last year. But yeah, I would just go with Tyrese Maxey. That's my personal pick, just because he took
Y'all hear me?
Ben Simmons. Yeah, we can hear you. He took
Uh,
pretty much Ben Simmons' spot, so I'm going Tyrese Maxey.
hey, AJ McKee fight is actually coming on literally as soon as this Corey Anderson one goes on.
Okay, that's
That's
good to know. So let's are you done with your segment of basketball, Ruger?
yeah. We can talk about the fights now. I wanted to start off talking
Yeah,
about like the
let's talk
fights from
about
last week.
boxing.
So
I
I
take
want
it
to
from
just
here, champ. I take it from here, champ. No worries. All right.
No, that was
So
crazy.
in this segment of the show, this is my forte. So yeah, we're gonna talk about, we're gonna start with boxing first. It was a lot of electrifying fights
No, it wasn't.
last
Get to it.
weekend. Shut up. Last
Get to it.
weekend, and we're gonna get to it right now. So it starts now. So let's talk about Triple G. Of course, that was the first fight. Malky, in your opinion, how did he do to you
I thought
against
Triple G. I thought
Murata?
Triple G. I thought he looked pretty decent. He looked very old. I think he lose to. I think he got a chance to lose to a lot of the elite guys at middleweight. He didn't look amazing, but he's getting older now. Father time setting in. Great fighter. Yeah.
Okay, Ruger.
uh that fight went kind of like how I predicted. I remember I know we didn't do a show last week, but we spoke personally, and I said it was gonna be a back and forth fight. Uh, I knew Murata wasn't going to be like backing up because I never seen a fight where he does back up. So Triple G had to bring out the dog and fight him back, and he looked old. Not extremely old, but like he didn't look like prime Triple G. And not only that, I feel like Murata was game. He came out there to fight, so he didn't sit down. Triple G had to work. He's not Triple G. If he fights Canelo again, he's gonna get his ass whooped. Cause this time Canelo's he's gonna make him fight at 168. He's
He'll
gonna beat
definitely
the
get
shit.
back. Sure.
Yeah, he's gonna be working Triple G. Triple G. If you want to get that bag, go ahead and get it. But your reputation is pretty much over. You already got screwed out of one of your wins. So go ahead, do what you want to do. You're old anyway.
Uh, d- all right, Killer.
Yeah, he did look kind of old. I wouldn't say that he's washed or anything like that, but yeah, I agree with Ruger on him needing to stay out of the ring with Canelo though.
Okay. My opinion is I thought that he obviously he's not the same Triple G, but I mean we all knew that he's 40. We didn't expect him to be the same Triple G, and I thought he did good. He made his adjustments, and I feel like he still can beat a lot of top tier middleweights. But I do agree he stays far away from Canelo as possible.
Do you think he beats Andrade or Charlo?
Yes, yes,
Which one or both?
both.
If they fight, go ahead. Let me get that bet with you because Vegas odds gonna be doo doo.
Okay,
I
yeah,
got both
of
of
course.
them.
All right,
Yeah.
so next fight was let's jump into that Ryan Garcia. So he fought some no name African guy that I don't even know who that is.
The
So
African
I
had a name,
personally
you just
thought
don't know it.
So I personally thought that Ryan Garcia was gonna like demolish him within a round or two. I was wrong, and I can say that I was horribly wrong actually. Um, he honestly, as far as much in terms of the fight, that guy, I can't really criticize Ryan Garcia because the guy fought so gay. That is the gayest African I've ever seen him fight. Like I never seen an African that moves so much. Normally they fight very defensive, but they sit there and take a beating instead of running away from a beating.
You mean that African fought in a very unpleasing manner?
That's exactly what I meant, and that's what I said.
That's not what you said, but that's
That
what you
is,
meant.
that's what I meant. All right, no, that's what I said too.
That fight to me personally, didn't want to watch it. Didn't really care for it. Never heard the guy who was fighting. Still didn't watch it, so I don't know.
Uh, he won almost every round. He paid homage to Tyson Fury. He actually dressed like Tyson Fury. Didn't do baddie punches. He started doing little girly flurries. I like Ryan a lot, but he got to actually develop using his jab and actually placing shots to the baddie. As much as the guy was moving around the ring, it was no reason that you couldn't track him because he was still there while he was swinging. Wasn't an enjoyable fight either. That's
Okay,
all.
Killer.
Yeah, man, you could tell that that guy he just didn't want to get knocked out. You know, he was running the whole fight. But hey, it was enjoyable for me because I went over on that fight. So won me a quick 500.
Ooh,
Thank you,
yeah,
Father.
yeah. Well, me 500.
So bravo.
All right, so the next fight we have it was the Erickson Lubin and Fendora fight. But before we talk about that one, it was the undercard. The co-main event was Tony Harrison. He fought Lopez or whatever his name was. He won pretty
Yeah,
easy. I mean, he's still a top fighter, but he's definitely beatable. I don't think he beats the top of the notch, and he better not fight Fendora either, because
he already.
Mm.
Fendora beats him easy.
Okay, but I was gonna say I seen the Harrison fight. He looked like he was just ring rusty, but he you could tell he trained hard for the fight. Um, he did get hit with some shots he shouldn't have got hit with, but he did amazingly good. Other than that, because he was landing shots, he won pretty definitively. The guy couldn't really hit him when he wanted to, but when he did land, he did steal some rounds from Harrison. I personally gave Harrison a fight. I think 9 rounds to three. So the guy he fought was game. I can't remember what's his name. Something Garcia. I can't remember. But the dude he fought was a decent. He wasn't no slouch, but he's like a good tune-up fight for real. So
Killer.
Harrison, I don't think he beats any of the top five in the division.
Right. I agree. Killer.
I didn't tune into that fight, so I got nothing in it.
Okay. Malky.
I thought Tony Harrison looked good. I still think since he's fought Charlo the second fight, the fight with Brian Perella and even this fight, he didn't look like the Harrison that fought Charlo the second fight. Like I
I
think he's
thought he lost to
slight.
Pereira.
Yeah, I think he's slightly slowing down, and he cannot fight Fundor, but he looks
Okay, so
good now.
let's talk about the Fandora fight. Malky, what's your assessment on that one? Fandora versus
Fu-
Lubin.
Fundor is the best worst fighter in boxing now that Deontay Wilder seemingly retired. Lubin was boxing really good, fighting well. I think he might got more dog and heart than we seen. His power seems a little odd. I see a lot of people, African American fans, are starting to want to investigate his gloves almost in a manner that they did Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. I just think the way Fundor is built, there's probably a lot of bone in his fist, and that could be the why these guys is getting physically beaten like that. But I'm not a Fundor fan. He's actually my least favorite fighter in the sport. But I think he'll go far and sadly, arguably even be the kingpin of the division.
Ruger?
I don't think he'd be the kingpin of the division. I gotta disagree with you right there, Malky. But
Well, I
he is a
actually hope
problem.
you're right.
He is a problem, especially with this new generation of guys. They're not really that skilled and not that disciplined. So his height alone is gonna give a lot of people problems. I think he will get beat by the creme de la creme, aka Charlo. But
Tim Zoo is the only person beats him.
I think
I
Tim
am
Zoo beats him also. Tim Zoo also beats him. Anybody that's not scared to throw big shots and got power, and people that's not scared to take a hit too, will get in there and give him problems. Uh, he gets it. He's not. He doesn't fight exactly like Paul Williams, but he throws a lot of uppercuts up close and smothers his punches like Paul Williams does. But it's been working for him because he's so tall for the division. Isn't he like 6'6"? How tall is he?
They reported 6'5", and I also heard 6'7", so we don't know. He's a
Nah,
He's
god
he's
like
gifted
7 foot.
Omar. He's a
he's
god
six.
gifted Omar Figueroa.
He's like 6'6" at 154, and that's kind of unheard of. That's like a 6'1" person at 130. So
I
it's super crazy to think about. But
my take. So my take on the fight is, I agree with Malky. Not really a big Fundora fan, but I mean Terrence Crawford is right. He's a cheat code. That guy is
He's
a
me
cheat
on
code,
fight
man,
night.
and he's literally going to be a problem, like Ruger said earlier. He's just I don't see a lot of people beating him. Your only chance to beat him seems like you have to knock him out, but with his pressure and the style he fights in, it's hard to keep him off you. I don't even think Charlo can beat him. Charlo will have a tough time with him if Charlo can't really knock him out. Now I do think Charlo can catch him and knock him out. It's just, bruh, he's always in your face throwing little shot. Like, yeah, that's scary, bruh. Paul Williams, Antonio Margarito type of a style. Yeah, he's gonna be. Malky, I kind of agree with you. He might be Hall of Fame type of a caliber. Like I can see him down to 20 years down the line. They're saying that, oh yeah, Fundora, Hall of Famer.
Yeah, that's sad.
Lubin, now, I don't want to take anything from Lubin. Lubin fought his heart out. Lubin did a great job. Unfortunately, with Lubin, and we've seen this with some boxers, his career is probably not going to go the way it planned, and he's probably not going to get as recognized um, by the public
For his
how good he
abilities.
is for his ability. Yeah, exactly. And I just that's unfortunate because Lubin is really really good, and he fought his heart out. He did a good job. I think the most exciting part of that fight for me was, even though that fight was very exciting though throughout the whole fight, was at the end when they threw ice at the trainer Kevin Cunningham. Spence threw a bucket of ice at him. That was funny. That was funny. But um, yeah, kudos to Lubin, man. He fought his heart out. I hope he still gets some recognition and he can turn his career back.
he got his
But to
ass
be honest
beat.
with you, yeah, no, to be honest with you, I that was like is somebody playing Dragon Ball Z? What the hell?
Oh, that's my ringtone. My bad.
Oh, what the? Okay, so I am concerned for Lubin because I do feel like I think this is a life changing type of a beating he took. So it might take like it might have some effect on his life from now on. Like hopefully not, but yeah, it was crazy.
Hey,
Fundora is scary though. He's scary. Killer,
side
what's your
note.
thoughts on that?
Okay.
Oh no, you good, you good. Y'all can move on.
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Side
What's your
note,
side note?
y'all probably don't care because AJ McKee fight is coming on next. But Corey Anderson was the underdog against the champ Nemkov. And this round two, he is dominating this round. Like dominant.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so next subject we have speaking of MMA, Malky, it was a fight in UFC last week. We had the Korean Zombie. Well, shit, I should say Voronowski versus the Korean Zombie. Um, but the most exciting one was, I would say, Burns versus Chamaya. that fight totally didn't go the way I expected. I thought Chimaev was gonna just beat the shit out of him in a round and whatnot, take him down and just fucking choke the living hell out of him. But it didn't. It ended up being a fight of a fight of the year candidate. What's your thoughts on
Highly
that, Ruger?
intense.
Ruger, your thoughts on that fight, Chimaev versus Burns?
Chimaev versus Burns went kind of how I expected, other than the fact that he dropped Chimaev. Um, they punched a little bit more than I thought too. I thought it'd be a little bit more grappling. I knew nobody was gonna get finished because one of them, like Chimaev, he's been fighting bums. I'm just gonna say what it is. He's been fighting scrubs, dudes that I knew he was gonna finish. And Burns is pretty well versed. He's been around for a while. He could take a hit. He's really good on the ground. I know people don't really remember and shit like that, but he's actually, I think, a two-time jiu-jitsu champion or grappling champion. So he's no scrub on the ground. And Chimaev said himself he didn't want to do too much on the ground. He said when he felt them, he realized like what he was trying to do on the ground. So he just got up.
Oh, okay, okay. Killer, your thoughts on the Chimaev fight?
Yeah, that was a pretty good fight for me. I had Chimaev winning the first round. I had Burns clearly winning the second round, and then I thought the third round was kind of a toss up. I didn't think neither one of them actually did enough to win the fight. I personally thought it was a draw, and they should rematch.
Well, your opinion is stupid, very stupid, because
That's
it
cool,
wasn't a draw. Chimaev won that fight, two
but you
rounds to
picked.
one.
Well,
Two
at least
rounds
I
to
Next,
won
one.
money on that fight.
Next, well played, well played, well played. All right. So then we had Donald. I was about to call him Donald Sterling, bro. Aljamain Sterling versus Peter Yan. Very competitive fight. A lot of people were saying it's very controversial. They thought Peter Yan won. Uh, Malky, your thoughts on that fight?
very good fight. I picked Aljo on my ticket. Peter Yan is the better fighter, but he's the Lomachenko of UFC or MMA. A lot of his losses would be controversial and a lot of fights in general. I personally thought the first round really is kind of determines the fight because Sterling won round two and three, no doubt, and round four and five, no doubt, was Peter Yan. The first round is determined by if you think Aljo kicks on the outside and him basically making Peter Yan chase him. You could have scored that round for him that way, or you could have said you just thought the more devastating shots was landed by Yan and he was bringing the fight to him. So you pick a winner based how you score that. So I think anyone saying robbery is delusional, but I can definitely see how a person pick Yan for sure. Good fight though.
Yeah. Um, I agree. I thought. Well, no, I don't agree with that. I thought that Peter Young probably should have took it. Aljamain, it was close. I do give him rounds two and three. He fought very, very, I guess, strategic. I would say. I just thought it was he was just clinging onto him for dear
Nigga
life
fought gay
from
as hell.
behind him. Yeah, I
No,
didn't
he
want to
did
say that. I didn't want
definitely.
to say that, but yeah, he did fight really,
I
really
mean, he
good.
was trying to submit him.
Nah, but it was just
What's
like
gay
he
about
was
that?
clinging
Nah, there
to him
was
from
some
his
point where he
back.
wasn't. It was in the third
Yeah,
I don't
after
know
the
what it
third
is.
round. He was
Al
done.
Ali
But
fights very nervous against Peter Yan.
yeah, because he's scared of getting his ass whooped. And like I
I
said,
fight so fast.
them UFC dudes like Aljamain, if he was to fight in one FC, he would get the same shit Demetrius Johnson got. He'd get kneed in his fucking face. The fight would be over. He'd be getting knocked out. And personally, I thought he won the fight. I gave him a 10-8 round. That round he dominated him on the ground, nearly choked him out. To me, that was a 10-8. So I thought he won the fight pretty clear. He fought pretty gay. I actually
definitely
picked
was a
him
pretty
to
good.
win, so wasn't surprising. I thought he would sneak. I don't know. I just felt like the fight went damn near exactly how I thought it would. But
But what was so
Yeah.
gay about the way he fought, though? I mean, he was just
He
trying to submit him.
Not even
he
nah,
though
wasn't
the
just trying to
first
submit
round,
him. He was laying on
after
him.
the third round, he wasn't trying to submit him. That second round, he definitely was, but the first
That's
round, he was
the
literally
second
running
and the
away.
third round because he had like 6 7 minutes of total ground control in two
But he
in
was
three
It,
alone.
it doesn't matter about
the
the total
ground
ground
control.
control.
He literally was just hooking the leg. I wrestled and shit. He was literally just hooking the leg, and Peter Yan was literally like trying to heist up, like hike his body up and just escape. That's pretty much what he was doing. He was trying to escape, but he was never in a threat against submitted other than the second round.
So let's
Let Killer speak.
move on.
Let Killer speak on it.
Oh no, no,
Sorry,
you
did you
good,
not
you good.
speak?
I
Did you
just
not
got
speak
your
on it,
opinion
Killer?
on it.
Oh my
No, yeah, I'm
bad,
good,
Killer.
I'm
I
good,
thought
I'm
you
good,
spoke
I'm good,
already. Okay.
I'm good.
Um. So next one was Volkanovski versus Korean Zombie, and you guys probably don't have to speak on this. I guess just leave the floor to me. He got his fucking Korean ass beat. That
I'll
shit
take
was
out the
terrible.
Korean.
Yeah, that shit was ridiculous, man.
Oh, sorry. I take out the Korean, but he
And he
got his
got a
ass beat.
chin though.
Yon, yeah, he got a 10. I'm not gonna lie. He got hit. The punch he got hit with before Herb Dean stopped the fight, that was one of the most, I would
Technical.
say, that devastating punches I've seen in UFC, between that one and
Francis.
what's his name? Francis Ngannou
Francis.
uppercut. Yeah, oh my god, how did he stand up? And he just ate that shit like it was fucking wonton beef or something. Like that is crazy, bro. Like I
But
yeah, he can, yeah, man.
it it's
He's
Volk. Me personally, I've been
yeah.
saying it since Volk beat Aldo. I knew he was going to end up winning that featherweight belt. I think he's going. I said I think he'll hold it for a while. I think he should just go up and challenge for the lightweight belt. If there's anybody that's going to move up from featherweight and win that lightweight belt, it's him. Now, to me, the biggest factor with him moving up is him fighting someone as big as Justin Gaethje. I think that would be probably his worst matchup. But I think he matches up well against Charles Oliveira. I think he'll actually beat Charles Oliveira, as opposed to I think Charles Oliveira beats the rest of those lightweights. But
I
to
think
me,
he gonna.
Volkanovski is probably the most well-rounded technical fighter in UFC history.
Wow, that's a big claim, man.
Intriguing, very intriguing because I love Volkanovski. I don't think he's more technical than Peter Yan, and I actually think Arnold Allen and AJ McKee, who's about to fight momentarily, I think they both pick Volkanovski apart. Guys with range that could leg kick, mix it up. I think Volk's gonna have a very difficult time him having to come forward. A lot of these guys like Korean zombies, I mean, they just tough guys. He's not really fighting the plethora of ultra
He fought
skilled guys.
Aldo.
Yeah, but I guess that's a good one. But that wasn't that a
That's
highly
a
competitive fight.
Nah.
Yeah,
Volkanovski put
yeah,
him on the cage and took him down every round.
I remember Peter Yan completely dominating Aldo. I would have to watch
yeah. I'm not
Aldo.
gonna
No,
lie.
no, no,
No,
no, no,
no.
no.
I
I
think it was
remember. I remember the
who was it?
Jan
It was
versus
one of
Aldo
them.
fight.
Yeah, it was one
Jan,
of them where they was losing. I think Otto had the first two rounds and then gassed
yeah,
out and gave away the
yeah.
last. Who was
That
that? Was
that was
that
that was
Volkanovski?
Peter Yan. Peter Yan jumped
Oh,
on
No, it
his
wasn't.
back.
No,
Aldo.
it wasn't. Peter Yan dominated Aldo
No,
easily in
okay.
he
So that was
definitely
every.
didn't dominate.
Volkanovski. No, that
No,
was
no, it
Volkanovski. He lost
nah.
two rounds against
No
No,
one
Otto.
gave.
Volkanovski
Yeah.
went to the decision against Aldo. No, he
Yeah, I
didn't.
know. And
Well,
Volkanovski
Pete did.
lost. Like
Yeah.
he was getting picked up into the last two rounds or something where he like clearly
Nah.
dominated him. Yeah, I
Bruh,
remember that
Jan,
fight because
y'all
I'm
need to
like,
go
damn.
back and watch. Jan did not dominate Aldo. Aldo
Oh
was
shoot!
tagging him.
I would look gladly go back and watch that fight because I
Yeah,
remember
and
it.
you'll see Peter Yan. Basically, Aldo gassed out against Peter Yan.
Aldo didn't win a round against
He
Peter Yan.
He definitely
he
won the
gassed
first
out.
round.
He gassed it out against everybody. All right,
Yeah,
so
that's what he does,
let's
man.
do this
But he didn't
then.
gas out against Volk. He just got taken down too many times.
Let's jump back into boxing, fellas. We
Okay,
have a very big
and
fight this
AJ
weekend
McKee's fight is
tomorrow.
coming up.
Okay, thank you, Monkey.
Good look,
You
Malky.
know, yeah, we have a big fight that's coming on tomorrow. Spence versus Ugas.
Strap
Uh, let's
season.
let's touch on touch on the main event first. Killer, I start with you since you
Why you
wanna
want to speak on the main
have
event
Tourette's and
first?
shit like that. Huh? Because yeah, just I want to speak on the main event first. Cause we're just gonna breeze through the undercard anyway.
We got a visitor, but go ahead, Keller.
Hello, visitor.
This nigga stupid. He didn't join yet. Go
Go ahead,
ahead,
Well,
Keller.
Killer. What you think
But
about that
yeah,
fight? What's your
I
what's your
expect
prediction?
I expect Earl to get out here and dominate this guy. Although I will say I expect you guys to start off pretty strong.
Did you
And
call him you got?
how do you say his name? Ugas,
Ugas. Yeah.
Ugas. Okay, all right,
As you say, you not.
all right. Thank you, human thesaurus.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I expect him to get dominated. If he doesn't get stopped by the seventh, eighth round, it'll definitely be a unanimous decision. Strap season, man down.
No, you sound like a whole. Okay, he just said. Man. All right, Maki, what you think about that fight, champ?
are you talking about the EJ Earl Spence Jr. fight?
Yes.
I got Earl
And
Spence
Killer,
winning.
Killer's the only one that can call him EJ. By the way.
I actually know AJ as well, and the EJ as well. But I got EJ winning 9 rounds to 3. Maybe 8-4. The only way I see your Dennis Ugas winning is if the weight has been a very hard cut for Earl, and we don't know where his eyes is at. Because I find it funny the doctor told us that, and I'm not trying to make an excuse because it sounds like it, but I've expressed this on numerous occasions. The doctor said EJI is worse than they kept reporting. So I want to see what happens when he at least get hit on it, I'll say. And I know Ugas trainer, they expressed that today. They kept talking about they're targeting EJI. That's all he kept saying. Like, we're going for that eye. Like, we're going to know if it's injured or not. So, yeah. EJ, you,
Thank you for that
yeah, keep that in
lengthy
mind.
observation.
Pay attention to that eye. We
All
out here.
right, all right. So, Ruger, what's your thoughts? We got a new. Actually, who's this? Who do we have? Son. Oh,
That's
that's my.
Prodigy.
What up, Prodigy?
Hey, what up, Prodigy? I thought we was gonna get some money, man. You out.
Man, my boy Prodigy. All right, come
Hey,
on. Let's
Prodigy, I got some
What up,
change for
bro?
Nah.
you.
Hey, yeah. What up, Prodigy? What's popping?
I'm about to text you.
All right, Malky. Let Ruger
All right, go ahead,
go.
Brett.
Uh,
I'm trying to get the bag. You see my
Basically, if
profile?
that's true what Melky's saying, they're just gonna target the eye. They're gonna be highly disappointed because when they do surgery on things like that, like they fuse that shit to like your skull and shit, so it ain't gonna pop out. So if that's his game plan, that's a horrible ass game plan. And I don't think Earl has the capability of actually stopping Ugas. I don't think anybody in that division does. So I'm gonna go with Earl Spence with A4 decision. I think maybe the early rounds kind of confuses Earl, but then like the middle rounds he takes over and ends it well. Maybe Ugas steals one in between and probably one at the end, but I think Earl beats him.
Yeah, I have to agree with Ruger. I do think it's gonna be competitive, but like it should be. It's gonna be competitive. I do think Errol Spence dominates though. It's gonna be a competitive domination if that makes sense. I do see.
It
I think
does.
it's the work. I think it's the work rate of EJ. I do think that he has a better, far better work rate than Ugas. Ugas countering though should be effective. Uh, he's not gonna break Ugas. This fight, he's not gonna knock him out. I don't see it. I do see an 8-4. I seen an 8-4, maybe 9-3. L Spence.
Don't be
Uh,
shocked if Ugas 1-2 is insane. I mean, Earl was going to hit him with that
right,
straight left to the baddie religiously.
right. No, I agree. So Ruger, could you name off the undercard on that fight for me?
All right. So for this fight, I don't know exactly what if this is the undercard, but isn't whatchamacallit, what's his name? Yuriokis Gamboa versus Isaac
Oh
Cruz.
yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah. So then we do got the Gamboa and the Cruz. My prediction for that fight is Cruz is going to annihilate Gamboa. I would say within 4 rounds. I'd be surprised if it goes past six. Gamboa is just washed. He's done. Yeah, he's gonna get fucking knocked the Cuban shit out of him. Ruger.
Uh, Isaac Cruz is gonna outwork the shit out of Gamboa. He might stop him. We know Gamboa hasn't been looking good his last couple of fights. Don't know if he's injured. He's fought injured before, so we don't know. I would go with Isaac Cruz in under 8 just to be safe.
Okay. Malky.
Gamboa majority decision. Isaac Cruz was overweight by a pound. I think he's going to go into this fight thinking Gamboa is ultra sweet. I think Gamboa got one hurrah fight left in him. We've seen this with Manny Pacquiao after the Jeff Horn fight, Roy Jones, and the Jeff Lacey fight. Isaac Cruz is a fighter. Gamboa always beat us throughout his career. I'm gonna go on the limb and say Gam gets it done, or at the minimum, the fight is way more competitive than what people think.
Okay, that's actually a really good prediction, Mikey. Prodigy, do you care to tap in on this?
That's my dog, Prod Diggy. We about to get a busy.
Mikey, shut up. Hey, Killer, what you got on this fight, man?
I got Isaac Cruz stoppage.
What
Mm.
round? What's the round?
I say under 4. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, under four. Okay, yeah, that's the agreement for me. Okay, great. So then, another fight under that fight was who was it? Oh, Jose, not Josecito Lopez, but he's fighting too. But who did we just say? Vargas, Vargas versus Rayo. Rayo is a prospect, hard punching prospect. I know him personally. I mean, yeah, he's pretty dope. He's been looking pretty good. So that fight can go either two ways. I can see this is his biggest step up. So I can see Vargas either taking him to the deep waters and him still losing. I don't see him beating Rayo. Or I can see Rayo get in there and just fucking obliterated him, and next thing you know, a star is born. So, and then the end of Vargas' career. So, me personally, if I had to go on a limb, I would say he stops him within 6 rounds.
I couldn't have added nothing better. I literally agree with that sentiment.
Okay, Ruger.
Me personally, I seen both of them fight. Not really. I'm probably not even gonna tune into that fight. To me, the
I don't like.
winners. To me, like the winner of that fight, maybe I'll start tuning into their fights because them little dudes and shit like that. Like I don't really watch them until like they really like prove that they belong in the top.
Right. So next fight we got Malky. I'm gonna let you take this one over. Your most anticipated fight on this card. Go ahead and take it away.
Stionius and Butayev, this is the best fight out of all the fights on the card. It might be for diehard boxing peers, but it's a European classic. You got Stionius, the aggressive technical boxer. And then you got Butayev, who's probably more versatile, but I'm pretty sure he's the underdog. I'm ultra geeked for this fight. I personally think it's an over, and I'd advise you to pick whoever's the underdog. And I'm pretty sure it might be Butayev, but this will be an extremely competitive fight. I'd be shocked if someone dominates. But make sure y'all tune in. This is on the card with Brandon Lee. So this is the pre-televised pay-per-view event. And this card here blows the doors off the actual pay-per-view card. Don't know how PBC managed to pull it off, but they've done it.
Okay.
And AJ
Okay.
McKee is next if anyone cares. If y'all want to see Volkanovski
Try
lose,
if you look on the if you look on the chat, I got it. I don't. I'm not showing it, but you could watch the fights. Prodigy got it showing in the thing if you scroll down.
oh yeah, I'm watching it now.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got that on my fire stick.
Right.
All right, Ruger. What's next?
All right. We got Stanionis versus Batiev.
But Taya, we just
Oh,
talked about that. We
oh
just covered
yeah.
that one.
I
So
wanted to
yeah.
go with my pick on there. I just wanted to pick
Okay.
Stanionis by decision.
Why do you feel so?
I just feel like he's better from what I've seen. It's not a lot of. It's not like a lot to like measure them by because they both haven't really been like tested in a sense, other than Batiev in a no contest. But it's just a match of styles. I think Stanionis' style is going to pretty much edge him over. And then we also got Connor Ben versus Chris Van Heerden. Everybody
Okay.
that's seen
Who
Chris
mic
Van
is that?
Heerden, I think that was Killer moving. But
I don't think so.
yeah,
All
you
right, because I can hear it too.
might be
Uh,
Malky.
Crack was pretty much the topics.
Yeah, Malky, come on. No, so
Uh,
yeah, so Connor Ben versus Chris Van
versus
Herring.
yeah, Chris Van Heerden, similar opponent with Earl Spence Jr. You
Yeah,
know
he's
he's
a tough
tough.
guy. He's
Connor
tough,
been in fact.
but Connor Ben in 5. Yeah, I don't like Connor Ben, but Connor Ben in 4
I love
actually.
Connor Ben.
So you think
He
he
might knock
he
him out in 2
finishes
rounds.
in
Within
quicker
4
fashion than
rounds.
Earl Spence?
In fact,
Yeah, El Spence didn't even finish him, did he?
He did finish him. The ref stopped
Oh,
it.
he did. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's not
he
really
was beating the
finishing.
shit out of him. It wasn't like the nigga was wobbled, but he was just beating his ass so bad that the ref was like, "Yeah, you can't even land for real. You just on the defensive." So I'm gonna pick
Gotcha.
Chris Van here. I mean, not Chris Van here. I'm gonna pick Connor
Oh,
Bean to
jeez.
win by decision. I'm
of
not
course,
Oh,
picking him
wow.
to
Okay.
knock
not
down.
wrong.
I feel like
Okay.
Chris is just
Uh,
gonna make it hard for him to knock him out. I feel like he's gonna be a stubborn with it and fight like an asshole. So
um. Okay. Uh. Just in. We learned that Andy Ruiz is going to fight Luis Ortiz.
Well,
What's your take on that fight, Ruger? I want to hear your take first.
Prodigy's in here too, but my take on that was an old fight. I wanted that like 3 years ago after they both lost. When Ruiz lost to AJ, and then when Deontay Wilder knocked out Ortiz the
Ortiz.
second time, I wanted them two to fight. I kind of wanted to like, all right, y'all both just lost to champs. Y'all should just go ahead and fight each other. And I feel like it should have been done then. But Ortiz, I did pick Charles Martin to beat him, and he looked terrible versus Charles Martin. Charles Martin just fumbled the bag on that fight. I ain't gonna lie. And if he fights Ruiz and Ruiz comes in that shape he fought Areola in, he gonna get his ass whooped. Ruiz gonna beat the dog shit out of him, and he gonna knock him out in less than 9. So
yeah.
Okay. Killer.
Yeah, I got Ruiz in that fight. I
Okay.
say decision.
Well, I think you're just guessing at this point. Uh, Malky.
Ruiz, Ruiz is stopping at 7.
You got Ruiz stoppage in 7. I agree with Malky. I do think Ruiz stoppage within 7 or 8.
I think
Um.
Ruiz
Oh.
cheats at this very funny grin after he gets knocked out, and it's gonna become a meme.
Yeah.
But AJ McKee's about to fight, guys. So yeah,
Okay. So yeah, that's I'm actually gonna tune into that fight as well.
one
Ruger
last
is
fight
that.
for
Okay.
MMA tomorrow. We got Muhammad versus Luke, or however you say it, the guy that fought
Vicente
Tyron
Luque.
Willie. Yeah, Vicente Luque.
Vicente Luque wins for sure.
I
Yeah,
hope he
I think.
wins. I do not like Muhammad at all. I do not like that dude at all. I hope
Vicente Luque.
I can't see Muhammad. I'm gonna actually pick Muhammad to win by decision, just hold him on the ground. But I hope he gets knocked out.
Yeah, I think Vicente Luque wins. Hey, Maki, what channel are you watching? Um, Oh wait, well first of all, so I guess that concludes our show today, guys. Thanks for whoever that tuned in, and until next time, the Goats and the Goof
Yeah.
Show. And by the way, Malky was the he was the goof this show because he's always a goof. So,
Look, yeah, brother, be
haha,
a true.
it sucks for you, Malky.